Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OST as we have returned. We've returned here with the second series of the broadcast with the quarterfinals. Quarterfinals here of the RSL Rival StarCraft League 2026 Season 4 America Server Qualifier. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the blue Zerg player. We have the South Korean Zerg. It is SHIN. And spawning. Oh. Cyan? What? What? hold on. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the blue, sorry, the red Zerg player. Sorry, I have to fix that up. We have the red Zerg player himself, the South Korean Zerg for Streamer Zone. It is SOS. Hold on, he's on a barcode account, so I have to fix up his name. Un momento, papi, un momento. Bam. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I had Cyan from RSL. No, sorry, not RSL. From Rongi Cup not too long ago. But now we can focus on our series. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we are getting into our best of 3. Now, coming into this, SHIN is the favorite player. He is going to be the favorite player coming into this, but we'll see how SOS does react, how he responds, and what he brings to the table here. We did cast quite a bit of SOS when it comes to his run at Home Story Cup. He did travel to Krefeld, did travel to Germany, but we'll see. We'll see if he can bring it, if he can go further here in this qualifier, if he can cause the upsets and bring down the SHIN. Let's go. Fabulous, baby, fabulous. Whew. But again, SHIN, he did take down Macro Monster 2-0. That was previously, that was off screen. Oh, that was in the first round. One of these days we need to make a barcode account that can actually be scanned with a barcode scanner. Ah, let's go. One day, baby, one day. In the not too distant future, we're gonna have the QR codes as in-game names instead. It's gonna oh no, baby, oh no. It'll replace the barcodes. For now though, we are going to be opening up Hatch Gas Pool, standard open out of SHIN. Likewise, SOS doing the same, going Gate Expand into Cybercore, into said Stargate as his tech of choice. Everything's looking normal, everything's looking standard. Again, a bit of a breath of fresh air after the previous series, which was non-stop aggression. Now we can calm down, at least in the early game. Now, when it comes to Ruby Rock, welcome one and all. Ruby Rock is one of the smaller maps of the map pool, smaller map, shorter resistance by ground. We often do see a lot of aggression here on Ruby Rock, and it goes both ways. Whether it's SHIN or whether it's SOS, we're leaning towards aggression. Something that SHIN has been very fond of in this matchup in recent weeks is mutaplay, so I would expect to see that on a larger map like Winter Madness or Celestial Enclave. Like, that's where I would be leaning a little bit more towards mutaplay in the mid game. On a smaller map like this, it is riskier to play mutas, so we should be expecting more standard play out of SHIN. We'll keep an eye on that. So now the adepts do threaten a shade. They do threaten shades. So far SHIN is keeping up. The Oracle has arrived, and oh, it's going to be Oracle into Void Ray. We did actually see this at Home Story Cup. Oracle into Void Ray, an interesting setup here from SOS. Honestly, typically you open up Void Ray first, and the last time we saw this out of SOS, he was punished and he was denied. What is the reason for this? By skipping your second Oracle, it does mean that your third base specifically is vulnerable, is exposed, and a Ling Flood, a Ling Run By, will force a cancel. Thankfully, SHIN is droning. SHIN is droning, SHIN doesn't make extra Lings, so SHIN cannot apply pressure, and SOS will not be punished. But we have seen this style punished before. Not this time. Who was it? I think we were casting, was it SOS versus Lambo? No, who was it? I might have been. Oh no, sorry, it was SOS versus Cyril, that's it. I was trying to remember who was in the same group as each other. Bam. It was SOS versus Cyril. Meanwhile, we have an early Roach One. This is a 4:35-ish Roach One timing. Very safe timing here for SHIN. Meanwhile, early Council into Glaive Adepts. So again, that is the purpose of this Void Ray, is to hunt down Overlords, is to deny vision, and is to deny scouting. The opener was standard, but again, early Council, extra gateways, Glaive Adepts is going to be on the way, and we'll see if SHIN can recognize and play safe enough to defend. Oracles they poke in, 4 drones go down. Ooh, one of the Oracles does fall though, not worth it here for SOS. Yeah, 4 drones, 1 Oracle, bearing in mind that SOS already had minimal Oracles to begin with. He only has 1 left. Oh, and I assumed it was going to be Glaze, but no, it is going to be Charge instead. So an early charge timing here by SOS. SHIN does have the tools to defend with his Roach Warren, but he has to make Roaches to begin with here. We'll see if he does actually infest or if he stays on lanes. Ideally in ZvP, you don't want to make Roaches. Like, you want to be as efficient as possible, and you want to get into your lair and get into your Hydra Den. Speaking of, there it is. Like, ideally, SHIN wants to skip Roach production. But if he doesn't recognize how much danger he's in, then he might just die. Again, we're banking up those Zealots, and we will soon pull the trigger. And SHIN, he still only has Lings. Dust around. Surrounds Adepts. Gets 1, 2, 3 Adepts. Zealots are moving out, and again, SHIN, he's actually, sorry, I say moving out. We're not quite ready. a bit of an anti-timing here. The Zealots, they're waddling across the map. The slow lots even. Charge is still not yet done. He gets spotted. He gets scouted. This will give SHIN some time to prepare. If Hydra's on the way, Roach production has begun as well. SHIN, can he hold on? It's going to be close. Yeah, Charge just now finishing up. SHIN with the surround. Very nice surround here. Yeah, looks down. Ooh, some of those Zealots, but we have more Zealots coming in. SHIN, he pulls back. He pulls away, going back to the choke point. Can he get in? He barely can. Yeah, plugs up the wall. No transfuse. Yeah, no transfuse available. 2 queens go down. Hydras are amassing, and SHIN will hold. He defends long enough for the Roaches to pop out. SHIN will lose a 3rd queen. So some losses here as SHIN will lose 3 queens. But he defends. He defends, he shuts us down. Behind this, double Robo, double Immortal production. As SOS will kill the hatchery. At a cost. Ooh. Does cost SOS the Void Ray. Now, my big concern here is, has he poked the bear? SHIN, he's up to 3-base saturation. He's supplied look currently, but from here, does SHIN drone, or does he make nothing but Roaches and then push into the 3rd base? It's going to be a tough hold. Zealots defensively are not ideal. Zealots are going to be amazing aggressively to get onto armies, to collapse onto Hydras, to get surrounds on units, but defensively they're very inefficient, more so than, say, Blink Stalkers, who can always blink back, blink away, and there's a lot more micro potential, I should say, with that. It's going to be a tough hold. Especially because SHIN is making Hydras. He's not droning. He's focusing on his army production. SHIN has momentum. And it's going to be a difficult defense. The other difficult thing about this is the Robo positioning as well. The Robos are exposed, so there's a chance that depending on the angle of attack, the Robos will go down. As they are exposed. The upside is, I suppose, they reinforce directly into the fight. Here we go. SHIN, he's almost maxed. He's almost maxed out. SHIN is the underdog here. Maybe in 2016. Maybe. But yeah, SHIN, he's maxed out. Gonna be start stepping forward, heading into the mineral line, and Storm is not done. Yeah, Storm is not even halfway done here. As we mentioned before, SOS was vulnerable. Army starter steps in, and all the Immortals will go down one after the other. Oof. There's no buffer, there's no support. As we mentioned, Zealots are not ideal defensively. And SOS will be broken. The main army, the production, the Robos. No. Storm may finish up soon, but all the High Templar should be picked up. And SHIN overwhelms. SHIN, he does overwhelm. GG gets called. SHIN takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. SHIN, he does take a lead in the series, and we'll see if SOS can bounce back. Once again, winding it back, it is unfortunate, but SOS, he was scattered ahead of time. He did do a decent job when it came to hiding his main base and hiding his Twilight Council timing from the Overlord with the Void Ray. We assumed he was going to go into Glaze, but he went into Charge. But if you remember, he got scouted in the center of the map. He got scouted as he was moving out, and that did give SHIN a couple of seconds, and every second counts, to actually start Roach production, to pull back his queens, to wall up at his natural, and to defend. It was a very, very close defend there, but he was able to create that choke point, able to shut down the Zealots, and then it was game. Then it was game then and there. It did mean that SOS was going to be vulnerable to whatever counterattack would come his way. And with that, we're now getting into game number 2 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Celestial Enclave. We have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg representing himself. Currently teamless, it is a SHIN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player. We have the red Protoss himself. We have the South Korean Protoss. It is SOS. SHIN Rogue, I'm confused. What? Oh, if you're maybe a newer viewer to StarCraft, SHIN, he's like what, top 2 Zerg player in the world right now? Sorry, in Korea. Like, just as a brief introduction, welcome to RSL. When it comes to SHIN as a player, he is a very veteran Zerg player right now. He's top 2 alongside Solar. I would say Solar, then SHIN, then probably Rogue when it comes to Korean Zerg players. SHIN, he has been called SHIN for a couple of years, but it was, what was it, 2022? Maybe 2022 name change. This is Ragnarok. If you're an older school viewer of StarCraft, Ragnarok, he's been around since almost the beginning. He was on CJ Entus back in the day, ex-CJ player back in Pro League. But Ragnarok did name change to SHIN. That was a couple of years ago. I know Ragnarok. Yeah. Oh, let's go. Let's go. If you're curious, there is a bit of a fun story. The reason why he name changed was because, if you remember, SHIN, or Ragnarok at the time, did make it to the GSL finals. Again, this was a couple of years ago. He made it to the GSL finals. And his family went to cheer for him, and his family couldn't pronounce Ragnarok, especially because in a lot of Asian languages, the R is pronounced a different way, right? It's like more of an L sound, and they were in the crowd. They had a hard time pronouncing his name, so he name changed to SHIN, which is his real name, just to make it a little bit easier for him, for his family to cheer for him, to cheer him on. So there's a bit of a backstory as to why he name changed, but this is his IRL name, like SHIN. That was back when he made it to the finals of GSL. But now though, SHIN, he does go for the proxy inside of the pocket base. Now, how can you do this? This here is not necessarily a mineral wall, it is a worker wall. Only workers can actually pass through this. And he scouts. Yeah, we do see SOS, he does scout, he does confirm, does get eyes on the creep that was spreading, and has eyes on the proxy. Behind this, SHIN is making lings and going to a very fast Roach Warren. He pulled into gas, he stayed in gas, so ling speed into Roach Rush. SHIN is all in. SHIN is all in. The hatchery's taking a couple of hits. You can see SOS trying to wall up here on top of the high ground. He already has a wall here towards the natural. Roach production directly into the main base. We got 3 roaches on the way. And Ling's going to be rallying. Ling's, they will rally across. At least we can cheer normal. Yeah. It's a very cute story. It's very cute. It's very wholesome. Very wholesome. His family was in the crowd. As first rush is full, the queen is about to whip out. Again, just have more of a presence here. At the same time, Ling's a poke in towards the left-hand side. Ooh, the sentry's in position. The shield battery does complete. Does finish the battery. Ooh. And this is having a really hard time gaining momentum here. The Ravager is going to be denied. So far, nice defense here by SOS. He does have a second battery, and we're running out of steam. Yeah, we're running out of steam here. SHIN, he's running out of units. He will lose the queen. He will lose the roaches. And behind this, SHIN, he begins to drone. This tells us that SHIN believes that the all-in has failed. We can't get the Stalker. Gets one. Gets one. Doesn't quite get the other. Okay. Getting some value here. Whatever he can get. Lairs, Jesus. Fast Lair is on the way. Okay, there's a lot going on here, as this is going to be cleaned up. So, on the one hand, yes, SHIN, he's droning, he's saturating. SHIN, again, the all-in has failed. He did force some reactions, he did force and contain his opponent on 2 bases, but ideally he wanted more damage. Now, this fast lair timing tells us that most likely he's going to turn this into a secondary all-in. Into a secondary all-in here, is taking more gases. This could be Mutas. This could be Spire Tech, this could be Mutas here. The other option is... it's gotta be, right? The other option is he goes into Roach speed and goes into like a strong like Roach all-in timing. We'll see. Is it going to be Roach Speed? Is it going to be the Hydrogen? The other option is Infestation Pit. True, could be 2-base Swarm Host. That's another way to try to recover here. Show us the tech. Hydra, okay. It's not going to be the Spire or the Infestation Pit or Roach Speed. It's going to be the Hydrogen instead. I don't know if I'm too fond of this idea, going into essentially 2-base Hydra. We'll see. I mean, SOS is counterattacking. This is actually very similar to the position that we had last time, where the Zealot timing, the early Zealot push from SOS failed, and then SHIN counterattacked at the end of the game. Similar here, where now here comes SOS after the failed aggression of SHIN. Ooh, Lings get into the mineral line. Lings slip in. We have plenty of force fields available to make sure that SHIN cannot defend. Meanwhile, that's going to be 4 or 5 dead probes. 6. Oh my god. 7? 8? 9? Whoa. 9 probes going down. 10? Can he get it? Barely, no, but 9 probes go down across the map. Damage that should not have happened. SOS was a little bit lax here in his defense. SHIN, he's building up his thing Hydra again with due to all these force fields. SHIN, he should never get out of the main. Third base is going to be denied. Again, like, how does SHIN get out? He doesn't. He's just trapped in his main perpetually. There are so many force fields. Yeah, I mean, outside of a Nidus Worm or Trample Lords, SHIN's stuck. Oh no, do not try to get out. If he tries to get out, his army's going to be cut in half. SHIN literally cannot leave. There we go. Here come the Dropper Lords. Now, if SOS does take note of this, he does have some Stalkers. He can try to focus on the Dropper Lords themselves. Remember, Overlord speed is not researched, so these Dropper Lords are quite slow. But SOS doesn't notice. Hydras, they unload. SOS, again, he has not noticed what's going on. Oh, he commits. Yeah, the army commits in. Hydras are a little bit late here when it comes to the flank. Oh, but does SHIN have enough? Looks like he barely does. Starter steps in, catching out 1, 2, 3 sentries. And SHIN, he's broken out. He's broken out. He wants those Stalkers. Again, this is a very messy game. It's very messy. Oh. Getting a sentry, getting a Stalker, getting another... Oh, barely not. As we have massive Vanilla Adepts, sorry, mass Glaive Adepts even. And Glaive Adepts, they do scale, or they do trade well. They're very efficient against light units like this. Hydra Ling is going to struggle against mass Adepts. Yeah, the Hydras, they just melt. And SOS, he's here to tie up the series. He's here to tie it up. Infestation Pit, jeez, we're taking up so quickly. SHIN, he's on a 1.5 base economy. Remember, the pocket base only has half minerals. He only has half, papi. What is the plan? He's crazy. Adeptation pass, that does expose the sentries. But as they bust into the mineral line, yeah, drone's going to be going down. Again, SHIN barely has no economy to begin with. Ooh. Adepts around the Hydras. And again, just Mass Adept. That's all you need. Mass Adepts back. As that's what he should be able to deny the expansion. Even here, though, he's respecting the rushes quite a bit. Some more just reinforce. Again, he can just fight head on. No need to pull back. Commit in, Pappy. Commit in. As he shades into the main base. Still hasn't dealt any critical economic damage, but that should be about to change. Oh! Just gets one drone. Gets one. It looks like SHIN will eventually clean this up. Oh, but GG. There we go. GG gets called too far behind, and SOS ties up the series. We're going to the ace match. GG. GG, well played. Again, a very chaotic game there from Shin, bearing in mind that the proxy was not worth it. He was able to kill, what was it, 2 Stalkers in a Sentry? Maybe? If that, like 2 Stalkers in a Sentry, but he just did not achieve any damage. He didn't gain momentum. If you remember, his Ravager was denied, his Roaches got focused down. It was a big investment to proxy hatchery into that pocket base, and if it didn't get scouted, then maybe it could have built up and gotten out of hand, but it did get scouted relatively quickly, and SOS was able to shut it down. GG, well played. With that, we're going all the way to the ace match. Of course, we had Shin attempt to recover from there and attempt to get into 2-base play. Going into Ling Hydra is a really expensive composition, especially in a low economy, so I wasn't really sold on the Hydra den. That's why I was thinking, you know, Mutas or Roaches, but when Hydras instead. It was a bold move. Didn't quite work out, and now we're getting into the ace match, and we'll see how this story ends. We'll see who does advance on into a qualifying match. As spawning in the top right hand corner of the Old Republic, we have, oh, as I should fix up the nameplates. There we go. Spawning in the top right hand corner, we have our South Korean Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg representing himself, currently teamless. It is Shin. And spawning in the bottom hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Protoss player, the South Green Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is SOS. We go. We are going to be settling in, and this time no proxy, no shenanigans. Not this time. We're going to be opening up in a standard fashion, and we'll see how our players deviate in the mid game. Now, last time we saw SOS go for a standard opener Stargate into a 3rd base, but then he went for a very fast Twilight Council into an all-in, which did fail. Shin was able to defend against it, so we expect to see SOS go for something different here. It could go into Glaive Adepts, or it could get into Blink and play standard and get into a macro game. We'll see. I will say that in a more standard macro game setting, Shin would be favored here. I would expect to see something out of left field out of SOS instead. There are a lot of variations, I should say, after a Stargate. Like, we have seen Hero be quite fond of going Stargate, Void Ray into Fleet Beacon, into Tempest Rush, for example, or into Glaive Adepts, or into like an 8-gate Blink 3-base all-in. There are a lot of variations, so we'll keep an eye on SOS. Likewise, it's going to be up to Shin to scout and to confirm, to figure out what's going on. I wouldn't even be opposed to SOS opening up Void Ray and then just playing standard from there and making it look like he's going for the same build he went for in game 1 and then just like deviate away from that. But we'll see. For now, Stargate opener out of SOS. Whether he goes Void Ray or Oracle, yet to be determined. We'll keep an eye on his rally. SOS, he's aware of the positioning of the first Overlord. Second Overlord is here on the right hand side. Headed towards the main. Meanwhile, Shin pulls out of gas, so this time there's no early lair, there's no early tech. Pulls out of gas, droning up, playing macro. So now we're just kind of easing our way in. Sure, SOS is threatening dies with the Adepts. 2 Adepts, they can one-shot drones, so this does have to be respected. Shin so far is keeping up. Up! Gets one. Gets one, gets 2 drones. Okay, not bad. 2 drones go down. SOS does shade away. Nice early game pickoffs. As he pulls back, we are getting to a second Oracle. So no Void Ray this time. Standard build. Triple Oracle into a 3rd. First one gets across the map. The Spore is not yet done, getting it to 6 drone kills. Oh my god, 4 drones just for the 1 Oracle, and it barely gets away as well. Yeah, Shin, he's looking a little bit rough around the edges here. We gotta tighten up. We gotta tighten up. So far, a better start for SOS. Hello. As he throws down extra gateways initially before the tech of choice, I don't see a forge. So either non-existent or delayed forge here from SOS. So this tells us that this is going to be either glaives or charge. Now game one we had charge. Never mind, delayed forge. Never mind. It is late, but we're getting into it. That means we're leaning away from glaive adepts. As adepts didn't really benefit from upgrades. And it is going to be charge. So charge is on the way into forge, into +1. Remember, this is not going to be as committed as game one. It's not as committed because of the forge, because of the upgrades. SHIN did scout the main base. SHIN, he's aware of the timings, he's aware of the tech. And SHIN does get a safety roach warren. So the roach warren has been thrown down. If need be, he can of course make his roaches. We have double oracle outside of the main base. Another oracle heads towards the third. As the oracles move out, lings, they move in. They get a surround. Ooh, they catch all 3 zealots. Only one within range of the battery. And SHIN should snipe 2. Yeah, 2 zealots go down. More importantly, he sees all these charge lots. Again, there should not be a reason for zealots to be in at this stage of the game. So now he knows it wasn't glaives, it wasn't blink, it was charge. So the charge lots have been revealed. This will prompt SHIN to make roaches. At least it should, as he spots the move out. And there we go, 6 roaches are on the way. Now, SHIN did wait for the move out, so they're going to be a little bit delayed here. But I think it's going to line up. Oh! Station shots swapping off, getting a 1 drone each. Ooh, catching even more in the main though. 3 drones and 2 queens. Yeah, as again, the roaches were late. So late roaches here, the hatchery does take a lot of hits, but I believe SHIN should defend. Okay. He will deflect. Now, what's scary here is that SOS is being a little bit predictable. He's going for the same follow-up. So after the zealot timing, which was not as committed this time, he's going for double robo, double immortal production. Do you see what I see? What shoots up here? We have immortals, we have charge lots, and we have a muta response. So this is calculated here because SHIN knows blink is heavily delayed. Nothing shoots up for quite some time, and mutas can wreak havoc across the map and with the main army as well. Now, ooh, double temple archives, a little bit of a mistake there, but SOS is working towards archons, and archons will help. There we go, it does cancel all the temple archives. Archons will help, but they're not the most mobile of units. That is going to be the anti-air for SOS. Meanwhile, we have 6 mutas on the way. Now remember, this is not mass muta, it's only 6. 6 mutas, that is enough to one-shot probes to harass. And SHIN is massing up his ground roach army. Sending back the zealots. Mutas have them made their way out. Ooh. As oracles do snipe the queen, they get into the mineral line. Drones are going down, and SHIN does make a choice here. He chooses not to reveal his mutas. He could have hunted down the oracles. Could have hunted them down. 4 drone kills, mutas, they get into the mineral lines, and probes will fall. Oof. And getting 1, 2, 3, 4 probe kills already. This is getting out of hand. Oh no! Yeah, workers, they cannot escape. 8, 9 probes go down. And this is keeping SOS busy. It's keeping him busy. Mutas, they make their way into the main. Getting into 11 kills. Now rotating over towards the third base, finding more damage. Oof. And SHIN actually, after finding all this damage, he actually commits into 5 more. Interesting. 5 more mutas. He's still making more, actually. Yeah, he commits into more muta production. He is switching to mass muta. He does have his ground army just to defend, but now he's moving out. Yeah, he's moving out. SOS is on the back foot. Storm is done. No Archons, but he has 2 at Templar. Going to be at least 2 Storms. At least 2 defensive Storms here at the third. Mutas, they rotate over towards the main, and again, SHIN is making even more mutas. just recognizing how much damage he's getting. Needs to respond. This is a rough decision here by SHIN. SHIN, he commits in. Oh god. Gets 2 Phoenixes. Finds, oh no, he wants another, and he gets it. Yeah, all 3 Phoenixes go down. Nice pickups. The mutas are overwhelming. And miscontrol out of SOS to lose those Phoenixes. Diving on the High Templar, he gets one. Gets one, gets both High Templar. Aye, aye, aye. 0 storms left. That means the ground army can be that much more effective. There's no more storms. High Templar, they just warped in. They just warped in. They need time to gather energy. SHIN is pushing forward. He sees an opening. And Lings are flooding in. Yeah, last no storms. Does morph in 1 Archon. Just the one. Collapsing all the Stalkers. And SOS is being overwhelmed. Nice stasis. Stasis goes off. That's a kill. No, that's a kill, not a cancel on the expansion. On the Nexus. And we're down to 2 Stalkers. Oh my god. GG gets called. The mutas overwhelm. And SHIN will claim the series 2-1. Advancing on into a qualifying match. GG. GG, well played, SHIN. He does make it through. He does advance on. Again, this is one of the downsides, and this is why going into charge is such a niche build, is because of things like mutaplay being that much more effective. Again, your anti-air is very, very limited. It is standard to go into Blink Stalkers. Again, a little more aggressive to go into charge. Wasn't quite worth it in the end. Did react and respond with Mass Immortal. His anti-air was delayed. We spoke about how there was potentially going to be some Archon defense, but no Archons were morphed in until the end of the game, and the mutas, they just wreaked havoc. The mutas, they just pulled SOS apart. GG, well played. With that, SHIN does make it through, and we'll see if SHIN has an opponent. Let's go. Exclamation mark, be in the chat to have a look back at yourselves.